So I'm gonna do a song dissection of the remix of "I Can't Sleep," uh, vocals by Nina Chuba, and then it was remixed by SOMMA. Um, I think the original vocals were released in 2020, and then SOMMA also did his remix, what I'm assuming is later in 2020. But he's a deep house producer that I've listened to a little bit of. I really like his sound. Um, and I've listened to it a few times over just speakers, and then I listened to it just now to map out a little bit of the song structure. Um, so yeah, let's get into it.
It's so far away. This tiny thing called it should be the end of all you've ever been. But you can't sleep, and I can't lie to you like all the grown-up people do. The clock stops, people go. People go. If I could lock the light in your little heart, keep your innocence of the deep down dark, I would. In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. You can set the time when it's time that you go. There's no God, but it's better you know. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, I don't wanna frighten you. In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. Oh, if I could save you from the fear of yesterday, from what would go and what would stay, it wouldn't change a thing. And it's been hard to me, I'm just as small as yesterday. Drink until it disappears, it won't disappear. If I could lock the light in your little heart, keep your innocence of the deep down dark, I would. In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. You can set the time when it's time that you go. There's no God, but it's better you know. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, I don't wanna frighten you. In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you.
Okay. I mean, damn, that's it's a great sounding song that I feel like really allows, like, it gives space for the vocals. Um, and
If I could lock the light in your little heart, keep your in.
right, like the melody there is really just kind of like in the background, letting the vocals work, and then there's a counter melody. Um, the synths are nice and smooth. I don't think there's like too much going on with them. And it sounds great. Like, to me, it sounds like like a classic deep house song, 124 BPM, nice groove to it. There's just a really nice wet pad that's working in the background as well. And like, this is a really nice case of less is more here. Like, I took a look at the original lyrics of this song, and the song structure, and there isn't really much added to it besides like this post chorus, which may or may not be a Vocadex.
Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive.
Like, it just sounds like a Vocadex right there because there's multiple voices happening, and it sounds like it's a little bit pitch corrected or auto-tuned.
Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. Oh, if I could say.
I feel like this is a really patented thing that this guy does, because I've listened to a couple of his songs, and it always catches me a little bit by surprise, because he uses it as a downlifter, like right here.
You, the pills that lie to you. Oh, if I could say to you.
Right, like the downlifter starts happening before she actually starts singing. Like this is probably where verse 2 actually starts.
Oh, if I.
Super subtle. I love how that's EQ'd too.
Oh, if I could say.
I think it's actually panned from.
Oh, if I could say.
I think it's panned a little bit to the right.
Oh, if I could say.
I'm a really big fan of that. I feel like the listener knows that something new is coming, and it's like you get just enough time to be like, oh wait, like something's happening. There's like an effect there.
Oh, if I.
Right, because like this is the post chorus.
Feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. Oh, if I.
Like to me, it starts a little bit too early, but I feel like I don't know, like he's done it consistently, and it doesn't sound bad.
And the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. Oh, if I could say you're from the fear of yesterday.
This is a nice transition here. You can like literally see the clap.
Fear of yesterday.
That's nice.
Fear of yesterday.
There's also a really nice transition. I noted it. Bar 25.
In the dead of.
I love how right here, like a really nicely automated clap. Hearing the reverb right there, and it's just like right in this silence.
In the.
With the sort of like the lifter.
In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side.
Just extremely clean.
In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom.
Like that bass sounds like it's layered and then kind of compressed.
In the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom.
Like it's the sub and the bass, and then maybe like one other like small filler or to hit the highs.
Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the
Right, hear the sub right there. That's really well mixed.
Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom.
Kind of hear it still, huh? So that's interesting. Like right in the high frequencies, I would expect to hear the hat, the shaker, the high ends of the synth, and the vocals. This actually might be the layered bass right here that's working in the high ends. Super light though. I mean, it sounds great. I love this mix, and you know, like one of the big reasons why I'm doing this series is because I'm interested in seeing how like more professionally done songs are being mixed and mastered, and like from here, the true peak max here is like zero point 0.5 dB, and everything that I've read thus far is like you should put your max peak at like -1. Um, but to me, like this isn't overly loud. It sounds great. Um, and LUFS is a relatively new metric, but like people were, you know, like forums are always like -14. Like that should be what you're always aiming for. Um, but then I've also heard like with the EDM genre, like it's closer to -8 that you should be aiming for.
Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. You can set the time when it's time that you go. There's no God, but it's better you know. I still get the dreams and the
So one thing that I thought was a little bit abrupt was actually this post-chorus right here. I thought it could have ended maybe a little better.
I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm alive. I still get the dreams and the feeling of doom. I don't wanna frighten you, the pills that lie to you.
So this to me is kind of interesting that like he ends on, can I bold this? He ends on I don't want to frighten you, the pills they lie to you. And not actually at the very end of the chorus. Like I don't want to frighten you, I don't want to frighten you.
Frighten you, the pills that lie to you.
Like that to me is kind of a weird ending, and I wonder if it's more of like I don't know how much like the producer and the vocalist worked together there, and maybe that's preferential. But I thought there could be something like I don't know. The ending was just a little bit abrupt in my opinion, and I feel like maybe there could have been an instrument going on, or even just like a nice solo because I love the synths and everything that's working along with it. Um, so like that might actually be my just my only I think thing that I didn't quite like about the song. Um, but overall, like it's like this has probably got to be one of my favorite Deep House songs. It's just simplicity done super well, right? Like it's a mastery of understand. Like to me, this guy like Soma, he didn't spend a lot of time with like sound design, trying to be experimental, or yeah, try to be experimental with like song structure. Um, like to me, that like I feel like he might have made the song in like 10 to 15 hours because like he knows like the right like the typical deep house song like or sounds that are just done extremely well.
Stay. It wouldn't change a thing. And
It's just an incredibly clean sounding song.
in the dead of night, I'll be here by your side. Ghosts don't sing, so you know that I'm.
Yeah, man. I think that's all the notes that I have for the song at the moment.
Dead of night, I'll be here by your side.
But things that like I think are really interesting are the creative use of downlifters.
Go, there's no God.
I think just like and my takeaway is that like using a really subtle melody and then a counter melody to end like based off of what the vocalist is actually using.
I still get the dreams and the
Like I think the melodies were all built based off of her vocals rather than building the melody or the lead synth and then putting the vocals on top of that. And that's something that I think I struggle with in the sense that like I like vocally driven songs, but then like you know I feel like I'm spending a lot more time trying to figure out like sound synthesis, and then making melodies, and then sort of just like slapping it onto the song, and then seeing like, okay, will this work? And um, a lot of the times, like either the like it doesn't fit, or the melody is taking too much from the vocals. And this to me is like a great example of not taking, like, just letting the vocals shine and creating the perfect amount of, I think, just like groove, um, to work alongside the vocals and the drums.